Hey guys, I love this verse, 1 Corinthians 16:9. We've been looking at it for days, and I want to show you that Paul said, I will remain in Ephesus until Pentecost, for a wide door for effective service has opened to me, and there are many adversaries. Now, just key into effective service. What's that all about? Well, the word service is really implied by the translator in the New American Standard, but it's sound because Paul is understanding and underscoring that really the greatest aspect of our existence is that we be servants. The greatest in the kingdom is servant of all. Listen to this. Jesus didn't come to be served, but to serve. I anticipate something called the marriage supper of the Lamb in the realm of heaven, and that Jesus will be serving us, the King, who deserves all the love, honor, focus, praise, attention, glory. I don't think we understand God in this aspect the way he really is. I've heard people say, he's not Santa Claus. He's not your, go and fetch it guy. He's not, the one that's just going to help you realize your dreams. It's like, I've heard people downplay that so as to esteem him, and I think there's a value in making sure we reverently fear the Lord and honor him and come to him with, deep, deep, deep respect. The Western culture I've grown up in is superficial. It's linear. It's meaning we don't see things in a cycle. We see things like, moment by moment, here and now. I got to get it now. I got to get it now. And I've even heard teaching where we make our demands before the Lord. Well, that's biblical. And in Isaiah, it says, "Come and plead your case, state your cause that you may be proved right." The prophet Isaiah was telling ancient Israel, don't be reticent, don't be hesitant, don't be timid. Approach God like Moses did when he interceded for Aaron and the people dancing around a golden calf. Intercede for the people like Abraham did for Sodom and Gomorrah. Intercede and stand confidently. So there are balances, On one hand, we just humble ourselves under the mighty hand of God, reverent. We throw ourselves at his feet. On the other hand, as dearly beloved children with a spirit of adoption, we cry, Abba, Father. It's not contradictory. It's holistic. It's like my dad, who raised me, he was my stepdad, and he adopted me, but he raised me. He was my dad. I didn't know my biological father till I was in my 30s. I only met him and hung out with him for 5 days of my whole life. And then he passed, he died young, and that was that. But my dad, he was my dad, but he was also my disciplinarian. And when I was young, he was my disciplinarian. When I started to mature and grow, he was coaching me, trying to wean me from dependence on him and usher me into independence, economic independence, decision-making independence, that type of thing. So I'd go out stable and I'd be, a breadwinner and a provider for my own family and do the cycle over again. And then later on, our relationship modified to where we had a more of a friendship, but never did I get familiar with my dad. It was honor. I always esteemed him as my elder. I respected him as my provider. I appreciated the effort he put in to try to train me up. He sacrificed for me, so I appreciated that. And I believe with God, when he's opening up opportunities, he's saying, you guys, I want you to grow. I want you to mature. You're co-laborers. You're joint heirs. You're part of my body. I've chosen your inheritance for you. I'm sharing my purposes with you. The Christian life is vast. It's intricate. At the same time, it's simple. It's something a child can grasp, but it's something that a massive genius can't fully comprehend. And God, in the wonder of it all, God is opening up doors, providing opportunities. There are adversaries, but God's given us authority to resist the devil and he'll flee from us. And the invitation here is to draw near to God, seek him as Father, but also stand as a co-laborer and show forth his excellencies. Step out in faith. Trust God for the miraculous. Believe that he hears and he answers your prayers. Lay hands on the sick that they'll recover. Share the gospel with the lost that they'll be saved. Pray and encourage the faint-hearted so they don't give up. And press on toward the goal of the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus. God bless you.